There we go. So this is for basically first place and second place of the PoCBS bracket. Both of these AIs have qualified. Both of these teams have qualified. So the first of 3 games here. Juggernaut versus Reactionary. Team PoCBS. No doubt Juggernaut will take the first of these 3 fights here. A lot of military units coming in from Juggernaut here. Looks like this is already GG. Let's go ahead and speed it up. Select the game. Let's see, I'll check on the villagers. Can't call it just yet. Close to calling it. How many military? Okay, I think we can call it. Yeah. We want to see that TC go down, but let's 29 villagers versus, yeah, let's go ahead and call it. Okay, the 4v4. Okay, the Morrigan plays above the skirmishers taking out the mine camp. I wouldn't be comfortable calling it, but I'm not familiar with the capabilities. Surely with the humans it was I was very comfortable calling that one. Like 100%, 100% comfortable calling that one. Maybe even more so because Reactionary was an AI that I made. So, okay. Let's go ahead and see. For PoCBS, the Morrigan is the AI in question. So, because of the civs, I always have to look at this. Romans is 4v4. Just want to make sure that I was thinking straight about that. And Keelan plays Burmese. So, Juggernaut. Byzantine is player 1. Tunans is player 2. Chinese is player 3. Goths is player 4. Okay, let's see if we can get this started again. So Shadows player 1. We have to change the colors here. Reactionary will be Pocket. Morgan's Pocket Keelan's that, and it doesn't matter about Juggernaut. Okay. So Shadow is player 1. That means that actually Juggernaut should be Vikings, I guess. So I think that's right. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Start the game. So what is Davis Cup? So Davis Cup is a tournament between AIs of the community, and it's a showcase of basically the scripting capabilities of many individuals around the community. So inside this, there have been 6 Davis Cups in the past. This is the 7th Davis Cup. And inside this iteration of Davis Cup, there have been 350 AIs of all different eras of the community's lifespan. And yeah, so these AIs date back to even around the year 2000. Some of them, or some of them did. The remainder, around 64 AIs that were currently still inside of it, they're of the newer sort of AI, so AIs that were made, in modern times, around 2022, 2023. So what is the format, since not only 1v1, and strangely this is a 4v4 with 4 different AIs on one team. So you are allowed to have teams inside Davis Cup. You're allowed to have a team of AIs, or you can play an AI can play by itself. So, like Juggernaut, who is an AI that the owner preferred to be on a single. So it's totally up to the option of the scripter itself if they want to be on a team or not. So these 4 AIs, Reactionary, Shadow, the Morrigan, and Kalynn, they decided to be on a team together, but Juggernaut did not prefer to do so. Does the standard AoV2 AI, which one, the DE AI or the CD AI? Actually, both of them did compete. So the default DE AI is still inside the tournament. The HD AI got knocked out, and the CD AI got knocked out. If you're interested inside the brackets of the tournament, please check out the link here. And currently we are on the final stage. So Team PoCBS, they are made by 4 different individuals, well actually 5 different individuals. The Morrigan was made by Cheese on Toast / Kimberly Azula. Kalynn was made by a scripter of the name Philosopher. Shadow was made by Fireball. So and as you know, Reactionary was made by myself. So for relatively new AIs, started between around 2020 to present. Shadow first AI to hit feudal age. Morrigan Reactionary going up into feudal age. Several Juggernauts are also going up. Actually, every single one are going up into feudal age. It's a bit odd that Promi made a second AI instead of spending all the time improving. Promi no longer works on the DEAI. The DEAI is being worked on by Offlow now, and the Promi AI is separate from the DEAI. Oh, since when? I'd say for 1 to 2 years now. So Promi has started working on his own separate AI because he's actually moved on from the Promi AI. The Promi AI is inside the tournament, and then there's the DEAI and the Naga AI. So Naga and the DEAIs are basically branches off of the original Promi AI. And the Promi author is now working on a new AI called Naga. And the new DEAI that everyone has inside their standard AI folders is being worked on by Offlow. So about that time that you started seeing house walls go up, that's when Offlow was kind of taking over the AI creation process. It's funny that Offlow's AI got, because his new AI Precision went up against his AI, the DEAI, that he's also working on. So Precision is a very new AI that he's been working on. But Precision took many games off of other AIs inside the tournament so far. So, I mean, he's taken out many AIs here. What AI do you consider the strongest right now? There are 2 AIs that I consider to be, and this is just my personal opinion, which doesn't amount to anything, but there are 2 AIs that most scripters look towards to being the strongest right now, and those 2 are Rehoboam and Immortal, and that's only considering the Arabia map, because those AIs don't play anything except for Arabia. If you are looking for an AI that plays multiple maps, a Barbarian is still widely considered to be one of the best. So, although Immortal is becoming more flexible in the maps that it is able to play. but either Immortal or Rehoboam are probably the strongest. But we'll have to see. They still have many games to play inside this tournament. What's the point of including all old AI? It's before 2004. It's they even when they lose anyways to newer scripter. So the point was to include every single AI from the past for the tournament, just so everyone could see and enjoy them inside the tournament. So even though it took a long time to run this tournament, it was good to see them. Like BNS Iori, that AI hasn't participated in the tournament for many years, but the tournament gave it an opportunity to show what it can do, and it was made in 2005, and it's still beating AIs of the present day. So, like the other day, it took 2 or 3 games off of Sky Panda, which is the Night Panda's newest AI. Is it just the date when they were first released? Yes, we only include the date of when they were first released right there. I mean, we didn't really go into the date of the other dates of when they were updated. So that's just the oldest, the original date of when they were released. Yeah, there's only so much. It took a long time to get, the information inside the brackets, and I mean, yeah. So I did what I could. If you would let Rehoboam or Immortal play on a human rank ladder, which elo would they? If you would let, that's tricky. About what their elo would be. I've heard people say they would be around. Let me think about this. See what the most recent conversation about it. Some others would know more about it than I would about the elo score. Let me see what the other people have. There is a ladder, if you will, of just AIs with with an ELO score that Leif Erikson is running. I can share that with inside this grouping as well, but always giving a ELO rank is kind of subjective almost, because it's impossible to include AIs on an actual ladder like that. But I want to say people have said around 1400, but I could be completely wrong about that. Yeah, you're exactly right there, Adjective. Because players know how an AI kind of and its AI brain kind of works, so they can definitely exploit that to their best interests, so to speak. But there's new pieces of code that are starting to come out that help AIs remember how a player actually played inside previous games. So developers are starting to include that inside their AIs. So does Microsoft forbid anyone to launch an AI into a ladder? I don't think it's allowed to allow AIs inside a ladder. It would be neat to see, of course, but I mean, many different players wouldn't want to, play against an AI. That would be boring to them. And some might consider it to be unfair. Yeah, it's a certain player that plays the same way every single time, though. Like Adjective said, they would be exploited to the fourth degree of the sense. I'm pretty sure my friend got insta-joined by an AI when they opened up an unranked yacht lobby. Yeah, when players can always, play online with AIs, of course, as you guys know. So you can always include AIs in your lobby when you're playing online with friends. So. Has anyone experimented with a neural network like they did in StarCraft 2? I believe some individuals have worked with that. We have a couple of individuals around the community who have who have experience with developing AIs using automatic learning and stuff like that. So there are two individuals right now who I can think of who have used that type of technology, so to speak. Why are AI so bad at walling? Never seen an AI make a nice stone. It's because of the villager. In my opinion, it's because of villagers always opening up the gates and letting the enemy in, and no one's really conquered that, that realm really. So now, that was the problem with older AIs and scripters with less experience is they use the automatic placement of buildings. But when you get to a certain scripting level ability, kind of like Offlow, who works on they use house walls and they use other mechanics to place their buildings. So that allows them to have more advanced mechanics and use that to their advantage. He hasn't left their team. He's just working on other things. But he has stopped working on the DEAI. You can always download the original Promi AI and then put it against the DEAI inside 1v1 combat if you would prefer to test them. See if nice how Purple says I'm player 2 and he is full. He is under attack and Is pathing a touchy subject to bring up to DE devs? I imagine they get annoyed hearing from. Pathing does seem to be a constant question among, but of course I'm not a developer myself, so I can't speak to whether they get annoyed regarding that. I mean, I think they work the hardest that they can on, to make AIs and the best that they can play. So sometimes they make things that benefit AIs, and sometimes but they're constantly learning and adapting and trying to make the game better for all of us. So. As long as Microsoft doesn't make the code public, we can all hate on them. Oh. I'm a feeder now. Yeah, I think we can speed it up to 4. The green take all of yellow's resources. Yellow is still alive, barely, but it's taken him a long time to recover since he was brutalized by Juggernaut earlier in the game. Okay, I think we can call this. Let's go ahead and do so. Okay, so last game of the day, it's going to be a 2v2 of PoCBS versus Juggernaut. Oh, one of my favorite questions. As you develop AIs yourself, how do you start? Do you try to imitate playstyle? Well, everyone's a little bit different with developing AIs themselves. A lot of people focus on, a build order or something of that nature, or you can look at how old AIs were kind of played or how you play kind of like inside the game. So you can do any method that you choose. So it's a very it just depends on what you prefer to see inside your AI. So Shadow, Vikings, Juggernaut, Byzantine. Second Civ Hans. Is there any IDE or like there is? There are some tools on AOK Heaven, and I'm glad that you brought this up because I was planning on sharing this with you since you asked the previous question. But when I have to focus when I set up games, or else I do stupid things and I have to restart. So let me share this with you. If I don't set them up correctly, then people get I have to restart. That's all I can say. So this is a tool to help you get started. T-West, hey, how's it going? Whoa, that's a lot of people who just joined. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AI escapade here. Davis Cup 7. Hello, Rondi. Welcome back. Did you just rejoin? So yes, this is Davis Cup 7. We've got a group of AIs challenging each other here. One is a top AI, Juggernaut, and he's challenging a team of AIs. We just got done with the 4v4 Team PoCBS. This is the third and last game of that set. To determine who will place first and second within the bracket. So if you're interested in checking that out, meaning the tournament, the brackets are I'm including the link to the brackets here for those to check out. So originally we had 350 AIs inside the tournament, and we're down to the last 64 here grouping, soon to be only 32 AIs left. So one of the AIs that's on Team PoCBS is Shadow 4.11 here. It was made by one of our users, Fireball, who has been scripting for a fairly long time at this point. I would say around 4 years. 4 years. Not a super long time, but a semi-long time. Shadow uses a lot of DUC, so that's direct user control to control his units, like the skirms and archer micro that you might see within the AI when he gets up into feudal and castle ages. Can we get a peek of each of their openings? Sure. So Juggernaut here is another top AI that was made by UnfairestEel. It was made back in 2015, I believe. So it's one of the 2014. It's one of the top AIs from previous Davis Cups. It likes to attack in feudal and castle ages, but it performs well basically in all ages of the game. So, very strong contender. There are two Juggernauts here facing down the two PoCBS members. Couldn't AI reach 2K plus on Arena with Monk rushed with insane Monk micro, it just must be faster than humans. We had an arena tournament, and there will be another arena tournament coming up in the near future. The tournament will be held by Arandi, who was just inside the chat previously. So he is planning on performing that tournament, and you may see another Monk Rush very soon if you view that tournament. That tournament's still being set up though, and we're still looking for more AIs. If you are interested in creating an AI for that tournament, please check out that AI generator that I posted above from AOK Heaven. Did I post it, or was I distracted by the T-West members? Please check out that tool to make your own AI generator. So yeah, that AOK Heaven link, that will allow you to make an AI of your very own, so it might be able to participate inside Arandi's tournament. So it looks like Juggernaut's trying to bully Shadow right now. Villagers trying to defend. So this is what you're kind of questioning, I think, last game, Gonzalo. So Shadow actually has some custom building placement, as you can see, because this is not natural placement. So Arandi, if you want to expand upon the tournament and what you are kind of looking for, feel free to do so inside the chat. Or if you want to join me on actual chat and as a caster with me, let me know. That's fine. So we're looking for other questions from viewers out there regarding AIs, how they work, or if you want to create your own AI. We'd love to hear from you. If anyone has any questions. Gonzalez says, don't have the time to create one, but like to watch the development of those. So this is something that you were kind of wondering about, what more advanced AIs do about the direct unit control of Shadow. So as you can see, he is capable of forming a group and actually targeting units. So that's what modern AIs really focus on. You need to know the gameplay to properly script an AI, I would say, said Arandi. I think that's a very true statement. Do you feel, and Alucard says, do you feel like scripting an AI improves scripters' gameplay ability in general? Well, somewhat. I mean, even though, like, for example, myself, I'm not a very good player of the game, but I do enjoy scripting. But yes, from scripting and testing out so many matches, you get an overall sense of what works and what doesn't work, even if you're not playing the game yourself. So you understand when an AI is winning or losing a game, for instance. So, or games in general. Just as you would if you were playing a game yourself, kind of, to a sense. Yes, it looks like Shadow is winning right now. Skirms OP, devs please nerf, says Alcar. Yes, skirms are a very powerful unit. Yeah, Juggernaut is definitely double teaming Shadow right now. Juggernaut is double teaming Shadow. Not sure if his teammate has found the opponent. Let's see. It looks like he has. If you're interested in AI creation in general, please make sure to check out our Discord community, and we're always open to answering more questions or working with you on AIs in general if you're interested in creating one. So I'm going to include that link inside the description, and make sure to check it out. Yeah, that's a very very old comment from early user patch days, where AIs try to ask for more villagers to help them gather boar meat. So I would definitely say that Shadow is a top 10 AI for sure. Last year, it probably, if I recall correctly, it performed within the top 5 AIs. That's great, Adjective. It's perfect. It's perfect to lurk and just look around and see if you're interested in AI creation in general. Looking for more comments from the chat out there about what if they have any questions regarding AI scripting or one of the most interesting things about AIs in general, for meaning these AIs that you're seeing, or just AIs in general, is that each of them are a little bit unique, or they can be very unique in and of themselves. No two AIs are the same, but they can do very similar things, like the skirm you see, but no two AIs are completely alike. So they vary in strength, unit composition, the gathering of resources. That's what kind of makes them each a little bit special. The Shadow's AI unit control seems to be much better than the others. Yes. Fireball is a very talented scripter. He has mastered the AI programming language of with the extra user patch commands. So he's a very gifted scripter. Most scripters never reach that ability. I love how it just sends skirms to take out buildings. Yeah. After a certain point, when Shadow knows when it's about to win, he goes in for the kill. And he's still being worked on, says Arondi. Yeah, it's true that he's very much still being worked on. So, like, something that Shadow doesn't include is he never researches Imperial Age. So Castle Age is the maximum that he goes to. That's a development choice, of course, by the creator. But, of course, that leaves him much opportunity for the AI to perform possibly better in the future, if he chooses to allow that. And it looks like Shadow will have to babysit his comrade. But Juggernaut Purple appears to be out of the game. Yep. So we should see Shadow actually switching his focus over to the other Juggernaut very shortly. But I think we can speed this up to 4.0 here. I'm unsure. Let's check on how many. Yeah, Juggernaut Science appears to be finished. So I think we can call this. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it. Okay, so there goes another round of the game.